Hello. Let's see. Good afternoon, good morning. Where is everything? All right. I am so excited to be here again. We had a great time last week, and I'm very happy. Here comes Bastet to join us. I'm very happy to be back again this week. I've decided that I'm going to offer these live sessions every Wednesday at this time, so 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern. Now, again, I'm going to ask you to be patient with me because I'm going to be navigating a few different screens here online as well as my cards. And I realize I left my notes in the other room, so excuse me. All right. So let me get set up here. I see already on the YouTube page there are some questions that are already posted. Thank you very much. And not many people posted their questions on the Facebook page this time. Last time we had probably 10 of the, no, not 10, 6 or 7 of the questions there. So about half were posted there, and many more were sent to my email. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right, so I'm just getting all my ducks in a row here. I want to make sure that I'm able to, okay, Rhonda, I see you. Thank you. I've got your question there, and I've got Victoria's question. I need to write them down. So in my, let's see, Facebook messages. All right. And then on the Facebook page, on the event, hey, I've got nobody who posted their questions on the event. So I'm hoping this means that you all are going to be joining me live and posting your questions with me live here. So that's fantastic. I love having you present while I'm doing this. And I'm actually going to try to control the cat a little bit more this time because although the whole idea of controlling a cat is very much of an oxymoron, it's like trying to harness air. I'm going to master the wind. Yeah, right. And I have to make sure that I look at the Google Hangouts page as well. Okay, so it looks like we've got 11 viewers right now between my two pages. And we're going to get started in about 4 or 5 minutes, something like that, okay? We want to start at 1 o'clock. Oh, and I've got a reading coming in. Okay. I've got another one coming in through email. So this is going to be okay, just making my notes here. And then I've got a couple on the Facebook Spirit Centric page. Okay. All right, friends, and thanks for your patience while I get set up here. Just another 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, don't do that. All right. Okay. At some point, I'm going to have to switch rooms, I think, because my battery is acting wonky again. All right, got that in my head. Okay. Yep. Okay, excellent. All right, now that I have all of my pages open, no, I have one more, I forgot. Ah! That's how you control the cat, a little light mist of water. That's how you harness the wind. You mist it with water. Very gentle mist of get away from here. All right, let's see. So I've got this one open, I've got that one open, and I've got everything listed. All right, so let's take a few moments as a group, whoever's present with us, let's take a few moments and get into alignment. And take some deep breaths and some water. Okay. Nice slow deep breaths to get us started, friends. I don't know if you like a little guided meditation, but right now I'm breathing into my higher self, just focusing on the divine aspect of myself that is connected directly to God's source. I'm breathing energy into that great ball of golden light. And I'm breathing that light down through my chakra system, down through the top of my head, into my neck and shoulder area, throat, chest, down through my tummy, down through my pelvis and straight down into the center of the earth. And just allowing that light column to form, connecting me to heaven and earth. becoming aware of the truth of who I am. I am not the body or the voice, but I am the light that is the life force activating, giving life to this body, this voice, this experience. And I'm going to just come forth now into this body and this voice and say hi. Welcome and thank you. Welcome to live free tarot readings. We're going to be doing this every Wednesday around the same time. It's 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock if you're on the West Coast, and wherever else you are in the world, you know what time it is right now. And so I invite you to join me on these calls live each week, so that we can check in and let our spirit guides come forth and share with us the guidance and wisdom that they are offering. So I want to get started by introducing myself. My name is Crystal Lynn Bell, and I've been reading tarot cards since 1992 or 1993. No, it was 1992 when I started, and I simply love it. I love tarot cards. I love interaction with our spirit guides. I love talking to my higher self. I am in the right profession because this is my passion. The world of spirituality and bringing that into the material world that's where I thrive, and that's where I'm most happy. So it is indeed a blessing to sit here with you on these Wednesday afternoons or whenever we're going to be together. Co-creating these adventures together it's a real joy for me, which is why I'm just delighted that we can spend our Wednesdays together. So if you joined last week, you know that this is a very powerful opportunity for us to work together. The energy is really strong that comes in. The guides speak very clearly, and the messages are delivered in different ways, sometimes in very gentle ways, sometimes in very forceful way. This is our opportunity, though, to witness spirit and to go deeper into the meanings of things. Now, the way our event is going to progress is like this. I have us scheduled for 2 hours, but my target is to finish within an hour and a half. The last time it took us almost 2 hours because I was having some trouble getting set up. It was my very first event last week. Doing an event like this. I've done these events a lot, but never live. So, and on YouTube. So this is still a little bit new, but I'm learning and I'm liking it. So, and I think a lot of people are enjoying it as well. I got a lot of positive feedback. So thank you for that. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for your patience. Now, this is tarot reading that's real tarot reading. It's not pop. It's not, I'm going to just pop off and give you an answer that's going to make you happy and make you feel good. The conversations I'm having with your spirit guides or with you at that deep level are real, and I don't take them lightly. I should probably lighten up a little bit, but it's really an opportunity for me to to work with the energy to cause positive change in all of our lives. We're a collective whole. So when you thrive, I thrive. And likewise, when I'm thriving, you're thriving. So it's really important that I honor this process. With that said, just be patient with me and try to listen as much as you can to the readings for other people, because there's a lot of wisdom that's universal that is being handed out. And, you know, there are messages that are being read for one person, but that specifically also pertain to you. So I'm going to encourage you to really invest yourself in the process, you know, participate with us. Now, as I wrote in the write-up, I am going to be taking the live questions that are coming in first, and then I'm going to move to the posted questions that are on Facebook, and then I'm going to move into the private questions that were sent to me in my different email boxes. So that's how the day will progress. If, as I read your question, if you have more feedback for me, or if you have want me to go a little bit deeper into your question, what I'm going to need you to do is to go back directly to the thread where your question is. So if you're posting it on YouTube, make sure you are posting your follow-up questions and follow-up information that I might ask you for on YouTube. Don't personal message me or send it a different way, otherwise I may not get to it today. So just keep your message, your comments within your thread. Likewise, if you post it on the Facebook wall for the event and you have more questions, more follow-up, then post your information there, because that's where I'll be going back to when I'm working with your question. So that's where we're going to interact together. Okay. Now, if you sent me a private message, it means that you really don't want your identity known. So I'm going to merely identify you by the first letter of your first name and the general area of the country or of the world where I think you might be. I realize that I have a few new people and I may not know where you live right now, so I'll figure that out. Y'all will know, because I'm gonna actually read your question out loud still here live, and I'll answer it here live, but I'll keep your identity quiet. Okay, so that's about the reading style. So this takes a little bit of time, which is why I said I've allotted an hour and a half to 2 hours for the process. Just enjoy it, and yeah, this is fun. So before we get started, I want to let you know about a few things that, I need to let you know about a few things. First of all, I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Your subscriptions help me to get the word out about the things that I have going on. Also, if you will share my information with your friends, your family, anybody you think that will benefit from the work that I do, I would really appreciate it. As a spiritual teacher and a diviner, I deal with people, and I've already run a business, and I don't want to really run my life like a business now. I don't want to do this as a formal business, even though I probably should. But it's really hard to run yourself as a business and be a spiritual being. It's just a lot of work. I'd rather just kind of walk the spiritual path and allow the business part to blossom from one spirit to another, from one heart to another heart. So I really appreciate it when you share my videos and you share my Facebook posts and you like the Spirit-Centric page and all that kind of stuff. It's really very helpful for me. Thank you, because a lot of you do that stuff already, but it's, I'm just going to ask for those of you who aren't really aware, who haven't really thought about that. So thank you so much. So I have a couple of things that I've got going on that I want to tell you about real quick. I'm really excited to be talking, starting at the top of my list. I will skip around things like there's no tomorrow, but there is a new class that I'm starting that begins Monday, May 19th at 9 o'clock p.m. So this is 9 o'clock at night on the East Coast. So if you're on the West Coast, it's going to start at about 6 o'clock. And if you're on the other side of the world, then we're talking early morning for you. And the class will be recorded, so whether you can attend live or not, it doesn't matter. You can still participate in the practice. But it's going to be called 40 Days of Abundant Prosperity. And this is a program that I've done over the last several years, which is designed to help you get in deep touch with abundance and prosperity. And a lot of people think about abundance in terms of love. This is about getting in touch with your source of love. Other people think about abundance as meaning money and resources, and having financial success. There are a lot of people who actually think about it in terms of financial success. And this class is designed really to help you understand how to achieve financial success, and so that you can live the life that you are supposed to live. I mean, prosperity, abundance, you are here as a divine being, and all of these things are yours. This is your inheritance, and this class is about helping you access your divine inheritance. So we'll be starting that again on Monday, May 19th. I'm ready to set up some new small group coaching classes, and those classes are usually 3 to 4 people, no more than 4, but 3 people are 3 to 4. If you're interested, let me know. Send me a message or write it on YouTube. I will contact you later about it. Small group coaching classes last for about 90 minutes, and it's just I work with you on a weekly basis to help you get to whatever your spiritual goals are. That will be posted also. I'll send out some information so you can learn more about that. I also offer private one-on-one coaching, and my prices for coaching, I just dropped those because Spirit said drop your prices because it is now time for you to start working with more people, because there's a certain group of you who are ready to actually start receiving vast amounts of spiritual light. And so the calling came that I'm now to reach out to more of you, which is why I want to do more small group coaching and as well as private coaching, because both of those help you to accelerate your alignment with Source. Okay. Another thing I have going on, I'm working with a woman named Justine Arian. She is a life coach, as I am, and we're going to be doing regular, just short dialogues once a week where we take on different subjects that are pertinent, and we will be going into those in a deep way, in a way that helps to satisfy the mind, but also connect the spirit. So these will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to those chats. We did our first one yesterday. It was totally impromptu and unrehearsed. There was nothing. I mean, all our stuff is unrehearsed, but we were still trying to set it up. We didn't even realize that we had someone watching us, which was really funny. But anyway, we did it. Yay! So you can check that out on YouTube. All right, and then also I've got another program where I'm going to be talking to some of my very high vibrational girlfriends in a very similar dialogue where we're going to just create an opportunity to talk about some important spiritual topics. And this will be more kind of geared toward people who want to, just who want to learn a little bit more, but from different perspectives, Like these are people who are not necessarily life coaches, but they still live these beautiful high vibrational lives, and I think you'll really enjoy talking to them and learning from them as well. All right, I'm going to be starting a course in miracles again on May 19th, 7:30 p.m. There will be an introductory call for that, And that's it for now. So, my friends, thank you for listening and thank you for being here participating with me. And let us now get started. Let's see, I better make sure that this is set here for do not disturb. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm going right now onto the YouTube channel and I am, yes, okay, beautiful. I've got my first reading here coming in from Rana Hariri. Oh, view all comments. Yes, okay. Perfect. All right, Rana. Thank you, Rana, for your question. Let's pull a card. We're going to actually, what deck are we working with here? Okay. No, actually, Rana, your reading today is going to come from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. And let's just see what comes up for you. And I'm choosing this deck for you, Rana, because I know you're a spiritual worker, and this deck is really for the Sisters of Avalon. This is a deck that's really great for high priestesses, which is, excuse me, what you are. And let's just see what's coming up for Rana and the cards here. Rana. Okay. So Rana, you have a card that's coming up that says joy. And it says that this is a time for you to celebrate the completion of a project and the end of a long and rather challenging journey. When you're thirsty, this marker promises that you will find a well. When you're cold, a blanket. When you're hungry, nourishment. So let me just go in now and, sorry, let me get a little bit more from the card. Okay, right. So, Rana, right now, the universe is acknowledging that you have been in shadow, and now you are coming toward the end of the shadow journey. Now, look, here's the deal. If you exit this journey or exit this tunnel and with resentment of the journey, then you are going to, in fact, be keeping yourself in that tunnel for longer. And the reminder, and I say this reminder because you know who you are a light worker, but the reminder is that the shadow helps to make the light sweeter so that you actually get to emerge from this tunnel in your full glory, or you can hold on to okay, so what I'm getting, Rana, is that there is something is nagging you that you haven't looked at while you were in the tunnel. There's some shadow work that you need to do. So you are being encouraged to do that shadow work and address this issue so that you may have the inheritance of the joy, which should be coming to you in about 2 weeks. You have something very special coming up for you in 2 weeks. And you will want to have at least, you don't have to solve your problems, right? It's not about solving, but it's about giving the shadow work, the necessary light. Like you got to go in there and at least try, and you got to look deeper and look deeper, look as deep as you can. Ask for angelic support, and then you say, okay, that's all I can take, and then you move forward. You got to at least do that much. But if you're not doing that much work, then the rewards at the end of the tunnel are just not as great. They'll fall flat, and then you'll be going back having to revisit the same crap again, you know? So you might as well just get in there and do it right now. And again, Rana, I know you know, I have had the pleasure of working with you and having had the pleasure of receiving your healing as well. This is really just a reminder of something that is practical, but something that can be forgotten. Okay, my friend? All right, so if you have any input, Rana, then just pop it up there for me. But other than that, I'm going to move on to the next person. Yes, and this is, let's see, I'm going by the name that I see on YouTube here, and it's Mommy 703 or Mammy 703. I'd like to have you correct that. This is the only problem with having, you know, the typing where I don't actually get to hear your voices. Oh, it'd be so nice to have a live event where we could sit around and drink wine and do tarot. Okay, drink tea or wine and do tarot and talk. I miss those days, man. I really miss like seeing your faces and hearing your voices. All right, lovely. Mommy 703. Okay, I would like to have a reading about my non-existent love life and when I can look forward to it being existent. Thank you. Yes. Let's talk about that. Let's get in there and see. Now, while I'm pulling this up, we're going to actually, let's go here into my usual deck here. All right. The first thing that's coming to me is I love, there's a sense of sweetness about you and a sense of lightness, effervescence that's coming through, and the willingness to find the humor. So important. All right, let's see what we have here. I'm getting the 5 of Wands. Now, okay. Yes. Okay. All right, so what I'm getting, I'm going to call you Mammy. Sorry, Mammy. But what I have is there's a conflict. And the conflict is going to, it has to do with your belief systems. There's a belief, my friend, that you want this relationship and that you should have it, you know, but there's something that's in deep opposition. And when I say deep, it means that it's probably a little historic. And so it's kind of like, oh yeah, you say you want a relationship, but yet some of the things that you are doing and saying are also contrary to having a relationship. So in this case, the conflict is between, you know, what you say you want, but what you say you're willing to, what you're willing to do. Okay? So this is something that is going to need your attention. So let me tune in a little bit more and pull in your guides for a little more. Okay. Okay, so the relationship that you're being asked to look at is between how you view yourself and how you want to feel about yourself. So there is a sense of smallness that you are treating yourself as. You're treating yourself as somebody who's not nearly as significant as you really are. And yet you want to treat yourself better, but you just aren't quite doing it. You're not able to quite make the connection to treat yourself as the beloved, even though you really want to. So what I'm going to suggest, Mammy, I want you to give me a little more information, okay? I want you to give me a little more information. If you know what I'm talking about, like if you have some insight about how your behavior might be in conflict with someone who loves themselves, if you know what I'm talking about, post it here, and then I'm going to come back to you because I want a little bit more from you, okay? From where you are, because I'm getting kind of a little bit of a nebulous picture from the energy that I'm reading, okay? All right, my friend, I look forward to hearing from you in the next few minutes if it's possible. All right, I'm going on to the next one. All right. Hi, Rhonda. Okay, you sent a personal message, so I will be getting to those toward the end of the session. So I'm going to finish with the folks that have posted here first. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to move up to, I've got, okay, I see, and I have Angelic here, and she's going to also, she's got a personal message posted, awesome. I'll be getting to those in a few minutes. I have Janet, who wants more info besides shadow work. Okay. Do you have a question for me? I mean, okay, I'm gonna just give you a general reading here, but no shadow work. Let me just tell you, friend, you can't be telling the universe, tell me what I want to hear, but tell me what I'm supposed to know, but don't tell me this. No, I'll just tell you what makes you feel good. So not going to tell you what makes you feel good, just to make you feel good. If it makes you feel good, great. So the card that you're getting is the Page of Pentacles. And this is a reflection of you, Janet. It's someone who is trustworthy and loyal and who does very well in the material world. She's studious and she's cooperative. She's very bright. She's a very good student. And so the message, please, for Janet is that she is supposed to enjoy this journey. And yes, let her do whatever she wants. So no shadow work. Let her do whatever she wants because that is her will and that is her process. And she enjoys her process with her fullness of heart. Her heart is so full. It's why she weeps. And it's why we've endowed her with an ample bosom. Because she is really the Divine Mother. And she's so sweet and precious. So no shadow work for Janet? Seriously? Like no shadow work? No shadow work. Not today. Just allow her to revel in her own glory. Because in the end, she will turn to the shadow of its own accord. She will be taken there. And she has called out for gentle guidance. And so we shall make sure that she gets the gentle guidance that she needs so that she can know that she is always supported in the very, very many great works that she does. All right, Janet, that's your reading, my friend. No shadow work. Awesome. All right. So if I were your coach, I'd be like, really? All right. Janet, if you have any input, then go ahead and add that. And let's go now to our next person. And this is Maya I Am, and she says she's happy to be joining in. I'm happy to have you joining in, Maya I Am. And she also wants to know about her love life. Awesome. Let's get in there. I'm going to just take a nice deep breath myself here. Tuning in here to my friend. Oh, she's on a journey. I'm feeling the Six of Swords, but let's see how they bring this out. Oh, you got the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm going to give you two readings here, my darling. I'm going to give you the reading that I first got from you, which was just kind of a blast, which was the Six of Swords, which is a journey by water. So it's a journey using your mind. The Six of Swords is about having a tremendous lot of information available to you and making your way very gently through this information, very gently. And it's a journey of the mind. And as you take this journey in your mind, you're going to be translating this information, or rather it's going to be moving through outward into the world. And so you'll be seeing instant manifestations of the things that are in your mind that are true and in alignment with your higher self. So Maya, I Am. I want you to start firing up your journal. Firing up your journal writing, because you're going to want to have a little documentation, because What I'm getting is that you're going to be seeing things in your mind and feeling them in your mind and having very direct manifestations of those things in the physical world. And you'll be fascinated by it. And this will be one of your own gifts that you're awakening to. Okay, so what does this have to do with your love life? Well, let's go to your card. You've gotten the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is about having a cycle of giving and receiving. So in order to receive love, you have to give love. In order to receive love, you have to give love. And what does this have to mean? I mean, the thing that I'm getting is that there's an imbalance of your giving to your receiving. You are, on one hand, you are giving a lot away, and you're not quite as open to receiving. There's still some shyness and discomfort with the idea of receiving. So your partnership, you're not ready for the perfect partnership. And when I say the perfect partnership, it means a partnership that's in alignment with your highest good, that is in alignment with what you think, right? So your mind and your higher self have to be in alignment in order for you to bring in the perfect partnership that mirrors you. So that, in other words, a man whose mind and spirit are in alignment in himself, you have to have your mind and spirit in alignment in yourself. So that would be your perfect partnership. However, right now you are experiencing a little bit of a disconnection between your mind and your higher self. So the experience is a little one-sided and a little just not right. It's not right yet. So let me just check in about something, because I want to give you a little bit of maybe a time frame. You have potential this summer. Check out June 2nd, Maya I Am. Check out June 2nd, because that date has something going on for it, June 2nd. And let's get a little input about what to do here to help correct. Okay, I'm going to say this very tactfully. You might want to try a little self-pleasuring in a nice hot tub of water. All right. Just enjoy that and see where it takes you. If you want to share any insights you get in a private message, then feel free to. But that's the message that I'm getting for you. Little bit of private time for the heart and soul will help awaken the Kundalini energy. And self-pleasuring to the point of orgasm will help unite the divine masculine and the divine feminine inside of yourself, which will take you much higher. All right? Okay. That's your information. And yes, I did just tell somebody to self-pleasure because that's what came through. All right. Okay, you love my earrings. Thank you. These were my mommy's earrings. Thank you. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you. Love the messages back and forth. Okay. That's great. All right. And yes, I see your message there about group coaching. Yes, I'm going to refresh this page. So if I blank out for a second, forgive me. But it looks like we're good. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, you all are so cute. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I know who Mammy is. Yes, thank you. It's good to see you. You know, the pictures here are so small, I can't even see. I'm kind of having to make sure that I'm knowing who I'm talking to, but it's okay. It makes me have to surrender to source a little bit more. So Mammy 703, also known as Diane. If you have more that you want me to look into, please post more about your question, okay? All right, and I have Miss Rosa here coming up next. Wait, yes, me too. Okay, Janet, if you have something else you want me to say, please, or you want me to look into, please give me a full question. Diane, same for you, and Maya, I am, oh gosh, darn it, Maria, same for you. Okay. All right. Okay, so yes, I absolutely know what you're talking about. I'm in conflict with the way I view my body, in conflict and being grateful, and maybe not always acting as if. Absolutely. Still thinking about the past. Does this stuff make sense? Absolutely, it makes sense. Yeah. All right. So, Diane, let me just tune back in here for you for a second. You know, you have a tremendous heritage of light. Now, you are working out a dynamic that is ancestral. So, the thing is, our ancestors, we inherit a portion of our ancestral baggage, and that's fine. That's what we're here for. You know, we've dumped on ourselves as well. So it's okay. The thing is, our ancestors are also here to serve us, and some cultures have more awareness of the ancestral heritage and the ancestral process. Let me tell you something. If you are coming from an indigenous culture, or if you are coming from a culture that is very rich in the earth, if you are coming from a culture that is that still uses herbs and nature as its first and primary healer, then your ancestors have an easier way to work with you. Take advantage of it. I mean that sincerely. If you come from a culture that has that, and you've got people in your family who know this stuff, make inquiries. Don't ignore this. You know, and not to go too much into this, but that's what it's here for. You know, that should be your primary source of healing, your ancestors, your self. Because your ancestors carry the clues to most of the disconnection that we're experiencing, because they've gone through it themselves. Part of your purpose here is to help work that out so that you can heal yourself and heal your ancestral heritage. If you heal yourself, you're not correcting it just in yourself. You're correcting you're correcting people on multiple levels and multiple dimensions. Very powerful. So taking medicine is not correcting anything. That's just coping. That's just coping, and that's fine. You need to cope, but you got to also do your work to heal for real. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that, Diane. You know, and I got to remember that these are short readings. You all talk to me. I'm going to have to schedule private sessions if you want to go into some deep work. But look, when we do private sessions, this is an opportunity for you to go in really deep. And I'm not going to stay on the surface with you. I'm going to take you into where the healing needs to happen. That's what I do. So, you know, take some time and book some time for yourself to go in deep, right? I mean, these sessions that we have here like this are fantastic. I'm happy to do these. But at the same time, you got work to do, man. And I mean everybody, not just Diane. It's like we all, myself included, we all have work that needs to be done. And my job is to help you do the dark stuff and help you bring in more light so that you can have a joyful life where you're manifesting powerfully. All right. Yes, gonna come in here for my next person. It looks like I've got Sarah Adams here. Hi, Sarah. All right, Sarah, you want a general reading. I'm going to give you a general reading. And you've never had a tarot reading before? That is just cracking me up because you are such a spiritual light, and you obviously take all your learning from within. I'm happy to go in there and explore inside with you. So let's take a look and see what we have for Sarah. General reading for Sarah, please. Five of Pentacles. All right, Sarah, this is a message that says to do a little journey inside and find out where there might be a feeling of disconnected and like a little bit of disconnection and sadness. If you know what I'm talking about, send me a put a note out here for me on YouTube, and then I'll catch it. But it says that there is some sadness going on that needs to be addressed, and the sadness is kind of cloaked in this beauty, so that the sadness is being ignored. And this sadness has the elements of being impoverished, not necessarily physically, although this is actually having a little bit of a limited belief system, or a limiting belief system that isn't serving you any longer. But there's almost a kind of martyrdom, maybe a little martyrdom that's keeping this belief system intact. Like, it's almost like, oh, it's okay for me to not have enough money to do what I want to do. It's okay because I'm happy still. Look, we can get caught up in that thing, and it is really important to, to be in joy as much as we want, but as much as we can. But we should never think that not having enough is in alignment with our spirituality, because that's just an untruth. So I guess where this is probably going, let me just tune in here and see if I can turn the dial and the sadness that you're experiencing over the state of some things that are wrong is not meant to be taken on by you as if it's yours. You don't need to carry the responsibility of the world on your shoulders. That's not your job. Although we appreciate your empathy and your compassion, the weight of the world is not meant to cause you harm, and you're letting it cause you harm. Instead, if you will empower yourself with your own light, radiance, and your own inheritance, you will serve the world so much more powerfully. So much more powerfully. Because you'll be like that butterfly that graces even the darkest times with your beauty and your lightness. Okay, Sarah, that's what I have for you for right now. Come back to me with anything else that you want to add or want more clarity on. Also, look, you guys, if I'm telling you something that is not resonating with you, let me know, because I am more than happy to go back in and get more information. I always say my tarot never lies. It's never lied to me, even when I thought, like, you're totally full of shit, this doesn't work, this is not real. And then when I do my work and explore what it tells me, then I awaken to all sorts of deeper understandings, and that's where the healing comes in, and that's what my tarot readings are about. It's about getting your healing. Okay? All right. Thank you, Sarah. I look forward to hearing more from you. All right. And Maya I am says, yes, Mommy, we are here for you, beloved. That's so sweet. Thank you. Janet's doing her shadow work. Yes. And Diane saying, thank you. Okay, she's experimenting with changing her name. All right. Okay, sorry. I'm reading all the comments. I'm getting through this. All right. Excellent. Thank you, Maria. Okay, Joanna, you're up next. I'm not sure if this is too specific, but I would like to receive any guidance about a 3-year decision I need to make regarding a weekday or a weekend schedule and a job. No, I love it when you get specific. Please, y'all, get specific with me, because that is where we can get some specific answers. So let's look at this. Okay, guidance about a 3-year decision I need to make regarding a weekday or a weekend schedule and a job that supports me but doesn't feed me. Okay. All right. I'm going to just take a little break here and have some water, and I'm going to reload this page and come back in for for Joanna's reading. Okay, let's get some insight here. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay, the guidance, please. Need the words, please. Joanna, you are being asked to shape your future by your will. So the imagery is this. It's of your golden heart, light, bright light emerging from your golden heart, and it's carving a path. And the suggestion is that you wait a little bit longer, if you can, to make a decision. Now, the universe says you can wait, but your mind might be saying that you cannot wait. So I want you to honor what feels right for you. The universe, again, your higher self says you can wait. Your ego might not be willing to wait. You know, it's the one that's here in the world and needs to learn. You know, it's our tool to help us learn, right? So if you're not willing to wait, then you can move ahead. But the message is that there is a lot of generous opportunity, but it's a little bit shortchanged. There's a little bit of shortchanging going on because source, because in your mind the source of your abundance is one thing, and because you're putting your faith into this source of abundance, it's not the real source of abundance. But it's okay. It is a channel of abundance. It is a channel of abundance, but it's not the source. You're looking at it as if it's the source of abundance. So you're giving it power that it doesn't really deserve. The thing is, this thing feels like it's the source of abundance. It's kind of, it might be the job, or it might be a person who's in this position offering you this thing. And granted, they're offering you something that's very nice, that can serve you. However, it is not aware of its supply. So the channel of this energy is not as powerful as you might think it is, and as powerful as it thinks it is. I hope this makes sense. Please, Joanna, let me know if it doesn't make sense and we'll go back in. But what I'm basically saying is that in order for you to be in alignment, or in order for one, not you, in order for one to be in alignment, for someone to be in alignment, when they're giving, they have to also understand that they are receiving. So when someone is giving you something and not acknowledging that you're giving them something back, when it's like one-sided, that person is not working with the universal law of giving and taking, giving and receiving. Things have to be in balance. So there's a little bit of there's just something a little off with the arrangement. That's what I'm saying, and that's going to be your reading for right now. Come back to me whenever you're ready, okay? All right. Come back to me when you're ready, and let's clear that up and go on to the next reading. Princess Sylvie, a basic reading or maybe specifics on past life karma and what hold or effect it is having on me. Okay, let me Ooh, let's see. Okay, wait, first I'm going to do this because that's being called. Okay. Oh, I see more. Good. Okay, or what spiritual blockage do I need to clear? I've been intrigued by books, astrology, spiritual, trying to heal, free my mind, better myself. I'm not exactly sure what to ask. Okay, so let's get a general reading. Basically, you've just told me what, you've given me a bunch of information, so we're going to just get a reading that is going to give you some inspiration. Okay, my friend, let's see what we get here. Okay, so you've gotten the world, and the world is about being on the path of liberation, and it's being it's working in alignment with your higher self. So it's the alignment of spirit, mind, and body. It is the full kind of coming into yourself. So it's it's probably everybody's favorite card in the deck. When they see it, they're like, oh, like, oh. Gasp, the world. But it feels good. It's about having about like just being right where you are and being in the perfect place. And it's not about making all the right decisions. That's not what it's about. It's not about like, oh, I'm not making any more mistakes. No, I don't have any blockages, right? It's about knowing that, yeah, I've got blockages. Yeah, man. Yes. I get to experience my life. It's about, I've got blockages, and man, I really want to explore those so that I can release them and set myself free. How fun to experience freeing myself and walking this path of liberation. I've got my books, I've got my astrology, I've got my tools. It's fun living. It's like you're in the world and you're exploring and experiencing, totally making me think of Wings of Desire and City of Angels, where the angels are like, yeah, I want to live, I want to feel the human experience. When Nicolas Cage comes in and he's just like, oh, I cut myself, or I'm bleeding, oh my God, is this blood? It's so rich, it's so good. Yeah, man, that's the world. That's like being in alignment. So that's your reading. All right. So I hope that's helpful. All right, I'm going to go on to the next one because I got to make sure I keep the show on the road, keep the show moving, keep the train moving. All right. And Maria says, thank you. I love my reading. You're welcome, Maria. Happy to read for you always. Janet, you're so funny. I need the coaching. Yep, okay. So if you all are interested in coaching, I'm telling you, talk to me. Send me an email or send me a message or post it here, and let's talk about getting you into a group. Like I said, I've lowered the prices for all of my coaching. My classes are dirt cheap. They're either donation-based or, they're like $10. Most of the time they're donation-based. Actually, I don't think I have a class that's not donation-based. Small group coaching is different than a class. It's something very specific. So it's $20 a person, a session for small group coaching, which is really cheap. Anybody who knows that knows that it's really cheap. My private coaching is just $60 a session. It was $197 for the session. So yeah, I've changed what I'm doing. Believe me, I was happy with my 8 clients a week. That was perfectly fine. But now I've got, I'm going to be working with more, and that's what Spirit says to do. So That's what I'm doing, with joy and with appreciation, because I know that you are not my source of supply, that I know that God is my supply. God is my supply. And so I don't have to take a lot from one person, you know? I can just receive what works for that particular vibration. And that feels really good to me. It's like I'm dancing and I'm learning how to, how to adjust, My pride and my ego are not wrapped up in the thing any longer. I get to now serve like I've been asked to do or told. I can't tell. Was that an asking or a telling? I guess it was an asking, because I always have the right to resist, right? Anyway, okay, going back. Sarah says, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. All right, perfect. Oh, so Sophia, okay. All right, I got to come back and read these things. Rosa, no, you are actually, okay, wait, what happened? Whoa, what happened with Rosa? Oh, thank you, Rosa, for reposting, because I actually, for some reason, saw you there, and then I skipped you, so I apologize. Let me get on Rosa right now. Rosa, okay, love, life, and truth about my partner's intentions. All right, let's tune in here. Sorry about that, Rosa. Thank you. But of course, we're also working with the flow. If it happened, it's because it serves something. Let's allow that to be and allow our concerns to rest. Yes, that's a confirmation. And I'm coming in here to do a 1 card, right? I am that I am. All right. For Rosa, you are getting the 10 of Wands. Okay, so Rosa, the message that's coming forth for you is that okay, so yeah, what I'm getting is a very uncomfortable situation. I'm getting an image of, I'm just going to say it, there might be, you might be being abused in this relationship. Someone might be taking an unfair advantage and putting more on you than you should be handling. So the thing is, in order for someone to put something on you, you have to accept it. So Rosa, I would suggest that maybe there's something amiss in the partnership that needs correcting. I'm going to tune into that a little bit more right now. I keep getting a picture of some kind of abuse on some level, not necessarily physical, but there's some kind of an emotional or mental abuse. There might be some words that are being said that are just not very kind. And I'm being shown that this could even be happening behind your back. So you would probably want to book in with a private session, or you need to just go and check some stuff out, because there is something that is not, that something definitely unsettling is going on in this relationship. You know, Rosa, you have a lot of light around you, but there's also an enabling energetic that's going on. There's almost a turning of a blind eye to certain behaviors that are happening, certain things that are happening and need to be looked at. Okay, so please come back with me for more information. I'm happy to look at it more with, here on the thing. Otherwise, book a session in. We'll go there and look at it more, okay, in private. Okay. Right. Okay, so going into another reading right now. All right. Rosa, I hope that was helpful. Okay. And Denise, sorry, just one more thing here. Then we're going to be working with right. Okay, so I've got two more questions here on the tarot. I'm sorry, on the YouTube station. One is from Denise, and then the other is about when I'm going to go through the Facebook and the private messages. So I'm going to answer this question by Denise, who says she just wants a basic reading, and then I'm going to go into the private messages. And that is how these sessions have to work. If you're willing to put your question out, right, these are live readings. If you are willing to put your questions out, then you're going to go first, because that's what this is about, having the opportunity to be read live. If you're going to post your messages privately, if you want more privacy, you're just going to have to be patient and wait for everybody else who's kind of being, more outward with it, because these are, this is an opportunity for us to kind of co-create. So I understand you want your privacy, but also it just means you have to wait a little bit longer while we take care of the live stuff first, okay? The real-time stuff. All right. So we're going to tune in here for Denise. All right. Basic reading for Denise. And Denise is getting justice. And justice is about bringing to the attention balance and balancing out the aspects of the physical world, the mental world, the spiritual world, and the energetic world. Bringing all of those things into balance. And justice is also about understanding the role that the masculine aspects of ourselves is playing in any situation. So, Denise, your question was just about having a basic reading, and I would suggest that you look at where you are maybe out of balance with your masculine energy. Let's go in and read it a little bit deeper. Maybe the way the will is being expressed can be corrected a little bit and brought into a lighter way. let's talk about this in the future, in the very near future. Let's talk about this tomorrow. Yeah. The reason the thing that's coming up for me, that's coming up for me here is there's something that you want done, and so instead of allowing it to get done, you're pushing it to get done. So that's what I want to, I'm asking you to check in on. There's something that you want done, and there might be a little too much pushing. Remember that Mars is retrograde right now. Mars is the planet of action, and so if you're trying to push something through and push something into manifestation or push something into being, gosh, it's not necessarily the right time. You know, if you're pushing and it's not working, then maybe stop pushing and just start allowing. Okay, that's the reading that I have for you, Denise. Please come back to me if you think there's more. So now, since I'm actually being pushed. Someone's like, hurry up, get to the Facebook questions. Yes, well, I got news for you. The Facebook questions aren't next. Actually, they are, aren't they? Let's get into the Facebook questions, man. All right, and I'm actually going to, we're going to move into my, I thought I was going to be okay with my power, but I'm running out of power. So we're going into my little room here, like we did last time. And of course, my kitty cat is sleeping in my chair. Say hello, Bastet. Meow. All right. Let us get onto the Facebook feed now for this. And the questions that are on the Facebook page are going to be answered next. Okay, so here's the thing. My friends, if you all are posting on the Facebook page after the event has started, I can't really get to those questions. Like if you're posting, I'm going to have to get to those a little bit after. That's what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in order. So I'm going to actually go into the messages that were sent to me, the private messages, and then I'll come back to the Facebook questions. All right? Bear with me, my friends. Be patient. Thank you for your patience. Okay. All right, so going into my messages I got from, first one I got today was from V, and there we go. V wants to know, well, she says, the question is, will me and my ex meet again, and will we hook up or have the chance to do it? Does he still have feelings for me? After that, I can move on. Okay. All right. And okay, so this is an interesting question. It's a great question in general, because what V is looking for really is about a connection that is dressed in the physical, meaning a sexual relationship, but it is actually one of a spiritual nature. Now, let's go in and see what the answer here is going to be. Page of Swords. Hmm. So the message that's coming forth, V, is that you are in a position of being able, you're like learning right now. There's this youthful energy, and there is kind of like a happiness in being in this youthful energy, but the happiness is about not learning. It's like you're not learning the lesson, and you're kind of happy to be where you are. So it's okay to stay where you are, my friend. It's okay, because sometimes, we get to learn our lessons when we want to learn them, not when anybody else tells us to. But when the universe points out to us that we are wanting something, and the universe tells us no, and then the universe shows us no, and then the universe tells us no again, and we keep asking the universe over and over again for the same thing, and we just aren't accepting the answer. Gosh, it's just that you're just not, you're not ready to learn the lesson. You're not ready to move forward. So this is kind of a reiteration of that. And the message is that you're okay, but you need to kind of look and see where you're kind of caught up in the broken record cycle. And whenever you're ready to move out of the broken record cycle, you're going to have lots of support, because you're a really wonderful person. Like, you're very sweet, and you have a great energy about you. But it's also, right now, you are just a little bit stuck on this same thing, and the answer has already been given to you. And it's also suggesting that you're going to have to learn how to use your power, because you're misusing it in your mind, and that's going to take you down a whole new path of learning that you may not want to be exploring. Okay, that's your reading. That's your reading, sweetheart. And all right, that's what I have for you for right now. Okay? All right. Let us go into our next. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, my bad. Oops. I really should not be multitasking. All right. I kind of just went in there and didn't do that. Right, here we go. All right, here we go. The next message that I got in my inbox comes from Kay. And Kay, you are coming from Sweden. So Kay in Sweden, I'm going to answer your question now. Okay. Is my ex still in love with me? And will I ever find true love? Bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Kay. Let us take a look here. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, the message is that things are falling into balance for you. Things are coming into balance. You need to do a little heart work, my friend, a little heart work. So sitting down, doing some meditations, and opening up your heart so that more of your heart can shine through in your life. And the reason this is coming up, there's a message that says you're thinking about things way too much. You're kind of creating scenarios in your mind that are not in alignment with what your ex-girlfriend or ex-lover wants, or that even serves your ex, or really that even serve you. So I'm actually getting that your motives for the relationship need to be purified. So it would be in your interest to go back into your heart space, Kay. Go back into your heart space and ask the very basic questions. Why do you even want a relationship? It might seem crazy, why doesn't everybody want a relationship? No, not everybody wants a relationship, and not everybody wants a relationship for the same reason. So I'm going to encourage you to do the work so that you can know who you are in terms of being a good lover and being a good friend and being a good partner. Because what I'm getting is that there might be a little bit of a control issue where you might be wanting to control your partner, and trying to force them to fit into your mold. And that is not really the ingredient for a really thriving relationship and developing a great loving relationship. So the solution for you would be to go in and find your intention. And once you purify your intention, once you get back to love and you release the stuff that is kind of separating you from people or driving, not driving love away, but keeping you in separated from love, the moment you do that, you'll open up those pathways and love will be able to flood in. All right, Kay, I hope that's helpful. If you want to ask me a little bit more, I'm going to need you to hop into our Facebook message thread, where you typed me on my personal Facebook page. You sent me a message there on my personal Facebook page. You actually sent your message into like 3 or 4 different places, so I'm telling you which one I'm looking at right now. So on your Facebook message where you private messaged me, if you have anything you want to ask right now, go ahead and type it in there. I'm going to move on to the next question, but then I'll come right back, okay? All right. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. All right, Rhonda. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. And Rana, we got you taken care of, so that comes out of the mix. All right, that is it for that page. I'm going to hop over now. I'm going to refresh this and see if Kay has anything. And then, okay, so I'm going to hop into the Spirit-Centric private messages. Okay, I have R from the western part of the United States asking about her financial situation and outlook. R is asking about her financial situation and outlook. Okay, your message is that you are in a learning stage right now with how to manifest and bring your energy into financial reward. So right now there's a little disconnection about how to bring your energy into financial reward. You have ideas, you want to do things, you want to participate, but there's that block. It's not really a block. It's actually a learning process that you need to go through. And you want to make sure that you, right now, be a very astute learner. Really tuning into where you are and why you're doing it is going to serve you very well. So don't be passive during this stage with your learning. Be assertive with yourself. Nurture the student in you with regard to this question. It's like you're climbing to build something, but it just takes time. And the sooner you realize that this is an opportunity for you to learn, the sooner you will be able to experience the rewards of your work. Hopefully you're spending time seeing this as a benefit. I'm getting the message that you're not quite appreciating the situation as you can. There's a lot more appreciating of the situation that you could be doing, and it is suggested that you do it. It is suggested that you appreciate it and awaken to this opportunity that is being presented to you. All right, R, thank you very much. And that's your reading for now. Going back into my next one here. And I appreciate you all for hanging in here with me while while I work with other people. It is a great great pleasure to do this work, and to have your participation is very helpful for this process. Lending your energy is very helpful. All right, so I have a question here from L, coming from the western part of the United States. And the question is, V and I are now just friends. He says he loves a girl he met online over a year ago, but they haven't met in person yet. I am not clear about whether I let him go or if he and I will be in a relationship again because this online girl is just temporary. Okay. Right. Actually, it looks like this is one of my last readings. Hey, we're doing pretty well. All right. Okay, so there is a an energy that's coming through, L, that is very much about insisting that she gets her way. Very much about having it her way or no way. And you would be better served to harness your energy and simply shed light on V and his new relationship. This assumption that you know, and there is an assumption that I'm being told, the assumption is that you know. You're already betting that this is temporary. And the message is that it doesn't matter if it's temporary. There is you're just not in the story right now. And this insistence that you put yourself in the story is driving a wedge between you and the object of your desire. Now, that you have an object of your desire is troubling, in that nobody wants to be made an object in a relationship, and it is suggested that you consider how you objectify your lovers. This is not the first one who has been objectified by you. And see if that practice is actually serving you to get you what you really ultimately desire. There's a suggestion that it's probably not, that it might be time to grow out of that and start approaching your loving relationships in a different way that actually allows your partner to flourish. Okay. And you'll find yourself thriving right along with them. Okay? All right. That is your reading, L. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's go into, let us go into this event. Okay, so I've basically gone through all of the questions that were on the YouTube and that were, actually, nope, I've got one more over here, one more PM message that I want to look at. This is from A in California. A in California wants to know about a specific job that is being offered to her. She wants to know if I see her getting that company job or position. And let's just tune in here and see what the message is for you, A. Ten of Cups. It looks like yes. So I would say that your answer is yes. Yeah, it feels like there might be an opportunity there for you. And you are encouraged to enjoy it and allow it to bring to you what it brings to you. It is suggested that you do not ask it to bring more to you than what it can. Simply allow it to be what it is, and then allow it to be like the flow of water, where things are changing and you go along with the flow. I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helpful, A. All right. Okay, so I'm going now. Now I'm going to the event page because there were questions that were posted there after we started the event. So I'm going to just make my way through those right now. First one, we got Princess Sylvia already. Thank you so much. I've got one from Janine McGowan. And the question is, let me hop over here. Janine, we're going to take care of your question right now. The question is, for the past couple years, I have focused on my work relationship and had planned on building my life in Mokina. My focus has shifted and I'm looking at getting a small place in Oak Lawn and putting roots there, which is close to my family. This is a big decision for me to make. What's my card? Six of Cups is things from the past and being with the family. Things that are nostalgic, things from the childhood. It might, I mean, this kind of, the imagery is taking, it's going back to the comforts of family and lighter times, being where things are precious. In this case, Oak Lawn feels like that might be offering you some of that, and that might be a very good move for you right now, Janine. I'd probably, the message that I'm getting is Oak Lawn for now is a good choice. And this is why I'm hesitating a little bit. There's just, because it's not necessarily where you're going to be forever, but it feels good for right now. And you need to let yourself feel good. And if it means taking a small place in Oak Lawn, then you should do that. Because it lets you feel good and you're going to thrive when you're feeling good. And there are some energies in that place that are allowing you to, that will allow you to feel good and support you, but you're also not going to be staying there for that long. So just understand that this is not about permanency, but about kind of taking care of some business. All right, I hope that's helpful. Okay, thank you, Janine. Okay, next person, it's coming from Kevin. Okay, so he's got to leave, but oh, so Kevin, do you have a question for me? Because I don't see. Okay, I'm not seeing a question. And what I'm going to do, um, since you didn't actually ask me a formal question, Kevin, what I'm going to do is, and you're my last reading, what I'm going to do is just tune in and I'm going to ask for something. I'm going to do a reading for myself to ask for something that will inspire you. What can I offer Kevin that will give him inspiration? Hmm. The message is to look around you for the light that is contrast with any dark. So, Kevin, you are being called right now to focus on all things that are light and beautiful. Now, the mind might want to focus on some things that are dark. It's just your mind. It's your mind. You get to focus wherever you want. Believe me, if you want to keep those problems, the problems will stay there. So you can turn your attention away from them for a little while and focus on something really positive. The problems will be there for you when you get back if you want them to be. So you don't have to sit there and focus on your problems all the time. So that's the message for you, Kevin. Go into your psyche and deliberately focus on fun things. Do something really nice for yourself physically. Do something nice for yourself mentally, even if it means grabbing a comic book or reading the funny pages or watching a funny video on Netflix, you know, pulling out the old Adam Sandler. Love Adam Sandler. Love. Do something that just makes you laugh and makes you feel good, right? Okay, so that's the message. Boom. Okay, now, technically, I still have 10 minutes, so I'm going to just very quickly go back to the YouTube feed and see if there's anybody who's added a question there. All right, I got some thank yous. No more new questions, though, and no more new add-ons. So I'm going to now hop on the Facebook, my private messages, and I'm going to see if anybody has added anything they want me to address. Okay, going to come back to that. Oh, here's a new one that I'm going to hop onto from G in California. We're going to do that differently. We're going to address that a little differently. Okay, I've got a new one from D in California. G, we're going to talk about that privately. But for D in California, who just signed on a few minutes ago and posted me this message, the question is, I'm tuning in super late, but would love to know if you have any guidance for me, especially around relationship with my partner. Thank you for the insight. And the card that is coming up is the Seven of Pentacles. This is saying that you've worked pretty hard for some stuff. You've been working hard, and you're not playing enough. You're not giving yourself enough. It's kind of like what I just said to my buddy Kevin. It's like you need to go in and focus on the good stuff and just revel in it. I don't always tell people to focus on the good stuff, although that's a solution for everybody all the time. But in this case, like for you and Kevin, you all need to make sure you focus on the positive stuff. And in your case, D, you need to really nurture your heart and reward yourself for the work that you've done. Rewarding yourself by doing something nice for somebody else is not necessarily a great reward for you. So you need to raise the stakes on how you reward yourself in other ways. In other words. Excuse me. So I think you understand what I'm saying. you need to learn how to take care of yourself a little bit more. And I know a lot of us get a lot of joy out of helping other people, and it really is rewarding to us, but it's also, you got to learn how to take care of yourself even better. So hopefully that's helpful. But that's the message. All right. That's all, folks. So I thank you so much for tuning in with me for the last 2 hours. 2 hours. Thank you. So we're going to be at this again next week. Now, I'm warning y'all already that if you're hopping on and asking questions during the last 30 minutes of the event, I'm probably not even going to try to answer those questions, because it kind of gives a little bit of a frenetic feeling to me, because I'm moderating and speaking and channeling and watching different pages. So what I'm probably going to do is turn off the additional comments after a certain time, so that, number one, the folks who have been with me during this process from the beginning are kind of getting a little more attention. And I'm also going to ask you to join us earlier if you want to participate with us earlier, or if you want to participate, because you're also contributing to this, this endeavor. It's a co-creation, and you know, participate with us from the beginning. Support the whole group. All of us are supporting one another, believe it or not. I know it seems like it's really just you who's getting your question answered at that time, but really it's everybody who's participating. All of your guides, all of our guides are here chatting to one another and helping to provide you with clarity. This is a co-creative endeavor. So please try to join us earlier and participate, and I really appreciate you, you know, offering your energy, and I'm happy to answer your questions. It's a real pleasure. It's a real gift. But also, I want to make things fair, sounds about right, but also a little easier on myself. I want to make sure that I'm taking care of, you know, of everyone in a good way, where it feels good and it actually kind of flows smoothly. And I don't want to stress myself out, you know, trying to catch people's questions that are coming on last minute. I feel kind of compelled to you know, to catch questions like that, and it's not really, I don't have to, but I feel myself like I should do it. So I want to correct that in myself, and also maybe set up a situation where it's not like that. Now, I know that the readings, that it's 2 hours, and for you to start at the beginning and be on for the whole 2 hours, believe me, I know that's impossible. I mean, you know, if you can do it, great. If you can't do it, I totally understand. I am happy to read for you and you listen later, right? But, you know, if you can participate longer, I would just really love that. Okay? All right, fantastic. All right, my friends, that is it for now. Please catch the, you can catch this full event on my YouTube channel. It'll be right up front there, and I'll also post a link on my Facebook page. Feel free to give me some thumbs up if you enjoyed your reading. Give me a thumbs down if you hated it. Bah! That's okay, you can do that. Feel free to post your comments, and please share the work that I'm doing with your friends, your family. Spread the news. Thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you again in the future. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.